know those stories about the sons and daughters of famous people. Well, that's not my story. I mean, I am the daughter of an Oscar-winning actress, yes, but my story is far crazier. My name is Layla, and I live in a huge mansion in Beverly Hills with my mother. It had always been just the two of us. I never knew my dad, and Mom never spoke of him. I didn't have siblings because Mom said pregnancy ruined her perfect body once, and there was no way on earth she would let that happen again. But Mom was delighted to have me. You see, I had my perks. I was a beautiful baby. So much that by the time I was 3, Mom had me cast hundreds of ads and made sure my face was everywhere. Magazines, TV commercials, formula, even diapers. But I didn't care much for it. On my 4th birthday, my mom woke me up.
Honey, wake up. We're about to be late for the photo session.
Mommy, I don't want any more photos. I want to watch Cinderella. It's my birthday.
Cinderella is poor and filthy. You have nothing to learn from her.
We did not watch Cinderella, but while Mom was super proud that I had started my career so early, I just thought feeling lucky was a pretty crummy feeling. I was always tired and so bored. We were always traveling, and Mom only paid attention to me to explain how important beauty creams and lotions were. Once I asked her to read me a bedtime story, and she laughed and tossed the book aside and said,
"Oh, sweetie, stories are for dumb, ugly kids. You need to know how much more important it is to start using this lotion early."
I wasn't even 5 yet. Mom decided that I should be homeschooled since my schedule was tight and there was no room for school. But by the time I was just 6 years old, I started to try to learn about creams and beauty processes. Because when I didn't, Mom stopped talking to me and ignored me. The first time I tried a DIY face mask, my mother was thrilled.
I knew you weren't dumb.
I was so happy with her attention that by 7, I was practically professional. I knew everything there was to know about beauty, and trust me, I knew a lot. Day creams, night creams, shower creams, stringent lotions, and flowers. So many flowers. We lived in a pretty big house, and Mom and I had started cultivating all these flowers when I was 8. By the time I was 12, it was hard to distinguish which part was the greenhouse. Mom loved flowers and was always talking about how pretty I would look because of them.
You'll look like a flower too.
I was so curious that I tried to add some flowers to my plate, but Mom wasn't the only one obsessed with beauty. And once she finally allowed me to go to school, I began to realize everyone was obsessed with beauty. Not only was I famous, but I was also a living encyclopedia of DIY beauty hacks. So obviously, every girl wanted to be my friend. One day, they all started to beg me to take them home.
We'd love to see where you live.
I was thrilled I'd never had any friends over, but as soon as we got home, they ran to Mom and said,
"Oh my God, we thought we'd never see you."
Adopt me so I can be as pretty.
My mother was delighted with my new friends. She turned to me and said,
"At least you're smart enough to be friends with the right kind of girls."
Then she spent hours talking about flowers and beauty. Pretty soon, I realized that I didn't have any real friends. Everyone just liked me so they could be beautiful. I talked about flowers at home. I talked about flowers at school. I was beginning to lose my mind. Luckily, around that time, Mom took me to the Cannes Festival. That's when my entire life changed. We went to see an art exhibition of this famous artist and the paintings. That was a whole new world for me. And suddenly, I realized I wanted to do that. I wanted to paint flowers. I immediately signed up for art class at school. I became obsessed with it. A few years of practice, and I was getting really good at it. It was my hiding place because my friends just wanted to drag me to the mall all the time.
You're so lucky to have your mom. Mine doesn't understand anything about beauty or fashion. She lives in flip-flops.
Oh gosh, don't even get me started on mine. She doesn't even know what a primer is. But now, I started to care even less about fashion, and that translated to my clothing quite quickly. One day, we were walking through Rodeo Drive, and my mom looked uncomfortable. I was enjoying a greasy bagel.
Honey, people are staring at you.
So,
You're not even wearing makeup.
she stopped walking and looked at me desperately.
You look ugly.
I realized we were in front of the beauty salon. I sighed, and we got in. It was still nice to share a moment with my mom from time to time. This was the only place where she was really happy.
Layla, it's been so long since the last time you were here.
The shop owner put on her glasses and scanned my face closely.
Oh, that porcelain skin. No makeup at all and still perfect. It reminds me of your mom's younger days.
My mom looked at her annoyed and didn't smile again. Throughout the entire day, I got the impression that something changed beside her. After that, she became more obsessed with creams and lotions and makeup and fashion, and the day I said, "I want to go to art school when I graduate," she snapped.
That beautiful body of yours is not going to last forever, you know. Do you know how lucky you are to have inherited my genes? All your friends would kill to be in your place.
Maybe. I don't care about beauty or fashion. Maybe I don't care about your stupid creams. You seem to like my friends more than me, so why don't you throw me to the street and adopt them?
Oh, honey, they are not even half as pretty as you are.
I went to my art studio and continued to paint. Mom followed me and looked at all my pieces with disgust.
There's no future in the art world, honey. You should take advantage of your beauty while it lasts.
Like you did. It doesn't look like it worked.
What are you talking about, you little brat? Look around you. How do you think I got all this? You really think you'll get all this with those stupid drawings?
I don't care if I get all this. I never cared for any of this. All I ever wanted was to be with you. Mom rolled her eyes and said,
Drama, drama, drama.
I wasn't going to leave my dream aside, so I applied to every university in the country that had a good art program. My mom looked at my computer monitor from behind and said,
I'm not paying for this nonsense.
I don't need your money. My art will speak for me. I received acceptance letters from 6 different universities. High school was finally coming to an end, and I would probably choose the one with more miles between it and my home. I felt invincible and free. But when I got home that afternoon, not only was my mom not there, but all my paintings were gone. I started panicking. I needed my work for university. I had over 50 pieces. Where the hell were they? My phone started to buzz with hundreds of messages. Your mom is so awesome. I didn't know your mom was such a gifted painter. Your mom rocks and emoticons everywhere. Mom a pain. I saw a picture of my mother with all my paintings, and behind her the Place National Museum of the Fine Arts. I jumped into an Uber and rushed there. There were photographers everywhere.
There she is. It's her daughter.
And blinded me with her flashes. I saw my mother waving at me and smiling. That which she came to me and said to the reporters,
My beautiful daughter, isn't she beautiful? She's always there for me.
For you! You stole my art! She stole my art! The flashes stopped for a moment, and then my mother started laughing. Everyone laughed too and followed her back inside. You will not get away with this! But it was too late. I was alone. I went back home and directly to my now empty art studio. I got a message on my phone. It was a video of me shouting at reporters. It went viral in an instant. The very next day at school, everyone was looking at me like a freak. I heard their laughs and whispers. I went to the art room. It had been my refuge for years now. I felt like an imposter.
What's wrong, honey?
I looked around and saw my art teacher. She must not have seen the video before. Before I knew it, I had broken into tears. My mom stole all my art. I felt helpless.
No, she didn't. She didn't steal these ones. And I have you on video.
What?
I always feel my students. It's for academic purposes.
She handed me a tape with a smile. I looked at it for a moment. I was so angry. I thought of taking it directly to the news. But then I thought of my mother. This would ruin her.
This is your art, your life. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Fight for it.
And so I did. I went to the news and gave them the tape and explained everything. And that too went viral. And it did ruin my mother. I didn't want to see her again, but I had no choice. I went home and saw her sitting in the dark, but that woman wasn't my mother. The container was the same, but her spirit was gone. I felt awful. She looked at me and said,
You did the right thing.
She had tears in her eyes, huh?
I got scared.
What?
You're leaving for college? You have your whole life ahead of you. I'm so proud of you, but I don't know how to live without you. I got scared.
Oh, Mom, I'm not going anywhere. I already decided to go to USC. It's 10 minutes away. Okay, yes, that was a lie. The night after she stole my work, I wanted to go as far away from her as possible. But then, I realized I don't need to leave her to paint. I can do that from anywhere. I was happy on my first day of college. USC was huge. Some people knew who my mother was, but nobody knew me. And that was okay. A few months later, I did my first art exhibition, and it was a huge success. I sold all my paintings, and my mom was there for me. She stole a few flashes, but I was happy to know that now we could share time without any makeup or fashion involved. Hi, I'm Clover from Oklahoma. Please like and subscribe. I was born to a busy doctor mom who spent most of her days treating patients and performing surgeries. She loved her work so much that when I was about to come into this world, she was busy delivering other babies, and the nurses had to pull her out to deliver me first.
She's so pretty, like a snowflake.
I was born with blue eyes and white hair, unlike anyone in my entire family, and wherever we'd go, everyone would stare at me.
What a unique kid. You should have her tested. Maybe she's an X-Men with mutant DNA.
Oh, go away. Listening to such stupid people and seeing how Mom got scared for me every time. I decided to fix things on my own. I took some paint colors and decided to color my hair all brown.
Oh, Clover, what are you doing, honey?
I don't like strangers coming up to me all the time. Mom, I want to fix it myself so I can be normal like the others.
Sweetie, you are normal and you don't have to change anything about yourself for anyone.
But they just keep bothering me.
Then give them time. When people see something they're not used to, they get excited, but over time they'll get over it, trust me.
To my delight, I discovered what Mom said was true when I started school. At first, all the kids would stare at me, but then they all wanted to be my friend. By the time I was 14, guys would go crazy over me. And even though I secretly liked all the attention, but I wanted to focus more on myself and my studies. So I worked my butt off and got into the best high school in Texas. But when I told Mom this, she shocked me with something even bigger. She was going to volunteer in a small village in South Africa and asked me to move in with my aunt who also lived in Texas. My aunt? How come I've never heard of her after all these years?
That's because she ran away to marry a super rich guy and got in touch with me only recently.
But why her mom? And how am I going to live without you?
The place I'm going to is very remote with almost no communication with the outside world. That's why I want you to stay with family who can look after you when I'm not here. And you're all grown up, honey. There's a world out there you need to explore on your own.
Mom hugged me tight, but I really wasn't excited about her leaving like this. Days after Mom left, I took a flight to my aunt's place. But when I reached the address Mom gave me, I caught the shock of my life. My aunt wasn't rich. Instead, she lived in a very small house, and when I knocked on the house door, a pan came flying at my face.
Oh, darling, I am so sorry. It's just this bratty daughter of mine. She keeps throwing nasty fits. You come on in.
She took me inside, and I could see this house hadn't been cleaned in ages. Yikes!
It's just a pet. Don't freak out, princess.
Freak out? I wanted to run from this place, especially because I had to share a room with Nasty Mia. And she was the most unhygienic of all.
So what's with the white hair? Does it get you the boys?
I think I can.
Okay, now take the couch and don't fart all night.
She was sick, but there was nowhere else I could go now. So I decided to make this place my home. And these people my family like Mom had asked me. The next morning, before Aunt and MIA woke up, I cleaned the entire place to give them a surprise. But when I returned from school, the house was all upside down again. You guys, I worked all night to clean this place.
Well, who asked you to do it in any way? I couldn't find any of my stuff with everything so tidy, so I messed it all back up.
This girl was such a nuisance. I almost wanted to call Mom and tell her to come back. But that's when I learned that Mom got stuck because a serious illness broke out in the area where she was working. And the government in that state announced an emergency and sealed it. So when's Mom going to come back, and is she okay?
Yeah, she's safe, but I have no idea when she'll be back. Now tell me, did you clean the house all by yourself? Your mom told me you can cook too. And did she give you any money?
And even though my heart kept sinking thinking about Mom, my aunt would keep me busy with the house chores. And just like that, I became alive and made for these people. And Mia and I became like siblings who quarreled all the time. What did you do with my boots?
I sold them for $40 at school.
They cost more than $400. Oh, you're so stupid. She'd even have wild parties at home just before my test to annoy me, and my aunt would sleep peacefully on the couch. God knows how she managed to run the house without money. She didn't give me any allowance, and I decided it was time to make my own money, so I took up a job at a local salon. But then one evening while I was on my way back home, rain started pouring and I started to run. But just then, a car came and stopped right in front of me.
Camilla, get in.
I kept ignoring him because that wasn't my name, but the guy kept following me in his car and then stepped out. I turned around to hit him, but he held my hand firmly.
Hey, chill. Look, I'm not going to force you to come back with me, but just listen to me once, okay?
Look, sir, I think you're mistaken. I'm not Camilla.
It can't be. You both look so similar. God, is that your real hair?
He then apologized to me and went away, but only after a few seconds he came back running. What now?
I can at least drop you at home. It's terrible weather and I'd like to apologize for my misunderstanding.
He seemed like a nice guy, and because of the rain, I decided to take the lift. But on our way home, he showed me pictures of this girl who looked just like me. What's this, did? You photoshopped these. And then he told me something shocking. This girl was a model, but she ran away. And ever since then, he's been searching for her. But I'm not her.
I know. That's why I want your help until I find her. Do you think you can work in her place? And I'll pay you a lot.
Me? I can hardly walk properly in slippers. I'm no model.
But I can teach you. Look, I don't want to force you, but I took advance payments and Camilla ran away with all the money now. If you won't do the shows, I'll have to refund triple the amount and I'll go broke.
I felt bad for him. But I had school, and even Mom wasn't around, so I politely refused. But then a few days later, when I woke up, I saw all the stuff was put out in the garden for an auction sale. Mia, what the heck are you doing with all my stuff?
Making more money out of it. Your mom's gone and we have no idea when she's coming back. You can't just stay with us for free, so who wants this shawl?
Hey, that's my mom's. Give it to me. We both pulled it apart and went flying in different directions with the shawl ripping into pieces. I felt terrible seeing this and just wanted to move out now. So I called up James, the guy in the car, and took his offer on one condition that he'd let me continue with school, and he agreed. He took me to the modeling agency dressed as Camilla, and later that night when I was in bed, I heard a knock on my window. James, what are you doing here?
I'm grateful that you agreed to do this, Clover, so I bought you this.
I stuffed my mouth knowing I had to go on a diet from the next day. But from then onwards, James would sneak into my room every night and teach me how to act like Camilla, along with how to pose and walk like a model. He'd even picked me up and dropped me back at school, and we'd have so much fun together that it felt like I had a new best friend that I could trust. Then, on the day of my first ramp show, I was getting dressed in the green room when I heard a familiar voice. I went out to check and saw Mia was yelling at James.
If you don't pay me the rest of the money now, I'm going to tell her the truth.
Here, take this for now. I'll pay you the rest later.
James went off, but I couldn't help thinking what all of this was about. Mia, what are you doing here and what's this money for?
Why should I tell you, smarty princess? Didn't Mama teach you to be street smart and not get used?
Get used? What do you mean?
He paid me to make things difficult for you at home after he met you, so you take his offer. He followed you that night and knew you lived in my house, so we talked.
You're lying.
Of course that's what you'll think, because you've always thought of yourself as someone superior to me and as a fool because I lived in poverty.
There was no way she was right about this, so I immediately went to James and confronted him about this.
I'm sorry, Clover, but I just wanted you to take the offer desperately and I couldn't think of anything else.
But why? Why would you do that?
I don't want to gain sympathy, Clover, but the truth is, I have a chronic disease and I need lots of money for the treatment.
James, I'm sorry to hear this, but I'm not yet sure if this justifies what you did, man.
I know I just wanted to save my life, Clover. I know it was wrong and I couldn't live with myself knowing I had tricked you into this. But I'm glad the truth came out and it's okay if you leave, but...
I'm not leaving.
What? Look, I don't want you to think of me as some charity case.
No, it's not charity. What you did was wrong. But ever since, you've just been nice to me and I want to help you, James. He hugged me tight, and then I rushed to the stage because I was already late for the show. But the minute I got onto the stage, I realized there was something wrong with my dress. Thankfully, the model right behind me saw this and helped me cover it, and the show was a super hit. James took me out to celebrate and he looked so happy.
God, you were breathtaking today, and so many people wanted to sign you for more modeling jobs, but I refused since you have school.
What? No, you should have taken the offers.
But Clover, I don't want you to compromise on something you love. Besides, I told you it'd only be a few shows and then you can go back to your previous life.
But what if I don't want to? I love doing what I do right now, and this isn't for anyone else but me. So you should take the offers, James. That brought the brightest smile on his face. And from then onward, I started working harder. I did 2 more shows for big brands. But then one day, something bizarre happened. As I walked out of the changing space, I got the shock of my life. Camilla, what? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? I saw you on the TV and magazines pretending to be me. Why the heck would you do that?
Because you ran away with James's money and he needed help.
That's a pathetic lie. I ran because James is the biggest jerk on the planet. He used cheap tricks to get me into the spotlight, like messing with my wardrobe, and then wanted to make me do cheap shows for good money that he could make.
What are you saying?
Tell me none of that has ever happened to you, and he didn't use some cheap tricks to gain your sympathy. He's a big liar and crazy about money. He tricked me into signing some bad modeling projects, and when I refused to do them, he threatened me legally. That's why I ran away.
All of a sudden, the ground beneath my feet shifted, and I felt devastated, but I knew I couldn't be weak now, and I had to come up with a plan to teach this jerk a lesson. There was one person I knew who could help me come up with an evil scheme, but she wasn't going to do it for free.
So now the smarty pants princess needs my help. Yeah, the jerk didn't pay me the amount we agreed on. Can you imagine someone conning Mia, the queen of conning? And yeah, I'll help you. And I expect payment, so I want every penny you have saved up. And I want a foot massage.
Fine, as long as you take a bath for once. We came up with a plan, and then a few days later, James came up to me with a bunch of documents.
Just like you said, I took on those projects, and now we just need to sign the paper.
Oh, that's amazing. Did you sign them already?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect. Now let's put this on and let's get you on the ramp.
Camilla, what? What nonsense?
It's the same thing you've been doing to the other models all this time. Now it's your turn.
What do you mean?
These papers that you signed say that you owe us 2 times the money that you earned from all these projects. And if you fail to pay, you'll go to jail.
What? How's this possible, these papers?
I changed them. It broke into your office while Clover distracted you and changed these. Easy peasy.
And I paid her to do that. I'm sorry, but I was desperate too. He tried to run away, but Camilla had called the cops in time and he got caught. As he was being taken away, Mia turned to us.
Now try to be a little more careful next time. Both of you idiots.
You're right. Thanks for your help, Mia.
And Clover, I want the money you promised to give me. Also, I have something to tell you, but no drama or I'll slap you. My mom called and said, your mom is back and with my mom.
Hi, I'm Kaylee from LA. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always loved to sing. My grandma was a professional singer. She sang around the world with the most prestigious orchestras and operas. I miss her and her voice so much. When I got to 10th grade, I became the singer of the family. I went to the most prestigious performing arts school on the West Coast. My favorite class was music, of course, and my favorite club so far was show choir. We had been the best in the state for 14 years, with the trophies to prove it. My best friend, Addison, is also in show choir with me. He and I met in kindergarten and have been inseparable ever since. He's the funniest guy I've ever known. He's also gotten pretty cute over the years too. Or at least that's what all the girls in school think. But I just don't see him that way. Hard to see someone that way when they used to sneak over from next door and put frogs in your bed. Yuck! One day, our show choir teacher, Ms. Conrad, had big news for us.
We've been asked to compete at this year's National Show Choir competition.
All right.
Yeah! But to ensure we get top scores, the soloists will have to be chosen very carefully.
Ms. Conrad told us that we were going to have to audition for the big solo right in front of each other in 1 week. My nemesis, Heidi, started bragging in front of the whole group.
We all know who's gonna get it! Me, of course. Everyone knows I have the stage presence of a star.
I don't know. I think Kaylee might give you a run for your money. She's got star power and the voice to match.
The others' eyes widened. Were they about to fight? Just then, the bell rang. As everyone left the class, I swatted Addison on the arm. Don't start fights with Heidi. She's my biggest competition.
That's exactly why you have to stand up for yourself in front of her.
I just don't want anyone to think I think I'm better than her.
Well, then I guess that's why I'm here. To remind them for you.
Oh, what would I do without you?
Good thing we'll never have to find out.
I was so nervous, even though I'd sung in front of our choir before. But the pressure was on the whole week leading up to auditions. I practiced in the shower, in the bathroom, between classes. I really wanted to beat out Heidi for the big solo at the end of the show. Finally, audition day arrived. I woke up, put on my cutest outfit, curled my hair, and took extra time with my makeup. After all, if I'm gonna be a big star one day, I might as well start dressing like it now. When I stepped out of my house to walk to school with Addison, his cheeks turned super red. What's wrong?
Nothing, you just look different is all. Your hair is.
Oh no! Does it look bad? Maybe I should have worn it up. I'll just go chance.
No, leave it. You look good. Great.
When I arrived in class, Heidi was sitting in the front row, looking totally perfect. What was I thinking? With her shiny hair, big eyes, and as much as I hated to admit it, her beautiful voice. Why would anyone ever look twice at me? But I just tried to remember what my grandma would always say.
It's not about who sings the loudest or looks the prettiest. As long as your song comes from your heart, people can't help but listen.
So I took a deep breath and sat down next to Heidi, right in the front row. She gave me a once-over and rolled her eyes. Who cared what she thought? I knew I looked great. Miss Conrad sat down at the piano and called Heidi up first. After she finished singing, I applauded politely along with everyone else. Then it was my turn. I stood confidently and turned to face everyone. Addison gave me a thumbs up from the back row. Such a good friend! Ms. Conrad played the opening notes for my song when suddenly the door to the classroom burst open behind me. I turned to look, and standing in the doorway was the most handsome boy I'd ever seen. Tall, with long brown hair that felt perfectly into his eyes. He looked just like a fairy tale prince. My jaw dropped. He handed a note to Ms. Conrad.
Class, this is our newest addition, Patrick.
He waved to everyone, then put his hand on my shoulder, looked deep into my eyes, and said,
I'm so sorry I interrupted your audition. Knock 'em dead.
Then he took my seat right in the front row. I gulped. Oh, now I was nervous again. I shook off my nerves, took a deep breath, and nodded to Ms. Conrad as she played. I could feel the music filling me up all the way to the top. I opened my mouth to sing and let my song come from my heart. When I finished, the whole class burst into applause. I felt like I was walking on air. Patrick got up to sing something last minute. He was so good. The next day, Ms. Conrad put up the list and I had gotten the solo. And she'd even added a duet in the middle of the show for Patrick to sing with me.
Looks like it's you and me, Kaylee. I'm so honored to be singing with someone as talented as you.
I felt my cheeks turn red, and he grinned.
You're so cute when you blush like that. Be careful, or I might just fall in love.
He walked away with a wink at me. I couldn't believe he'd just said that. And neither could Heidi, who'd been listening around the corner.
Don't get too comfy with that solo. Once Miss Conrad figures out that you'll cave at the first sign of pressure, I'll be ready to step in.
Eavesdrop much? Jealousy isn't your color, Heidi. The next day, we started rehearsing for nationals. Everyone was working so hard, and Patrick and I sounded great together. But when it came to our dance, it was like I'd suddenly grown a second left foot.
No, Kaylee, no. Once more from the top.
Miss Conrad, I'm happy to come up front and show Kaylee how it's done.
Not necessary, but thank you, Heidi.
Just here for the team.
After I knocked Patrick over by mistake for the third time, Ms. Conrad called it a day.
Kaylee, please go home and practice, practice, practice.
Ugh! I could have wiped that smug look off of Heidi's face. Everyone went to start packing up their bags, and I started to head backstage to get my bag when Patrick came up to me.
Hey, gorgeous. Want to stay and practice a little with me? Then it'll be perfect by tomorrow.
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose. Your toes must be all bruised.
That's okay. I really don't mind. And I wouldn't mind spending a little quality time with my co-star.
Well, if you insist. Just then, Addison came up to us.
Hey, Kaylee, ready to go?
That's okay. I should really practice a little longer.
I can practice with you. I could use a few run-throughs myself.
Oh, well, Patrick already offered to stay behind and practice with me here.
He did he? How are you gonna get home?
I can drive her.
Oh, do you live in our neighborhood?
No, but...
I mean, if it's not really convenient for you.
I'm not spending time with Kaylee because it's convenient.
Neither am I.
I'm spending time with her because she's cool.
My face turned bright red. Did he really mean that? Addison, I'm gonna stay here too. Just for a bit to practice. I'll see you later, okay?
Fine. If you insist, I'll see you when you get home.
He turned on his heel and walked out. Patrick turned to me with a grin on his face and held out his hand.
Shall we?
We practiced more, and I was finally getting good. Patrick swung me out for our final spin, then pulled me in close and dipped me. That's when I noticed his face was just so close. His ice blue eyes staring deep into mine. Was he gonna kiss me? Just then, all the lights in the theater went out. Patrick dropped me in shock and I shrieked. All of a sudden, the lights came back on, and Ms. Conrad stepped back on stage.
Oh, hey, kids. I am so sorry I didn't realize you were still here.
Ugh, I couldn't believe she'd interrupted our moment. Still, we waved goodbye to her and headed out. A little while later, when Patrick dropped me off, he got out of his car to open my door. Such a gentleman!
It was nice hanging out tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, superstar.
Then he wrapped his arms around me and gave me a big hug. Is this what heaven smelled like? Then I headed up the front walk to my door.
So, do you like him or something?
I whipped around and saw Addison waiting on our front porch swing. I don't know, maybe. He's so cute and really talented.
Okay, cool. I guess, do you still want to practice?
That's okay. I think I got it now.
Okay then. Well then, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Here, I got you a milkshake.
Hey, thanks. He started crossing the yard towards his house. Is it?
Cookies and cream. Your favorite.
Thanks, I'll see you tomorrow.
You know it.
Then it was finally time for nationals. As we arrived at the concert hall, I was overwhelmed by all the other groups here and overheard one girl say to another,
"She was a little flat at the end."
I couldn't believe it. What if I lost us the whole competition? All night and throughout all our warm-ups the next day, it was all I could think about. If I messed up again, I'd be letting everyone down, including myself. And there were several famous music industry people judging the competition. What if I ended my career as a singer before it even started? And then, it was almost time to go up. I tried to calm down, but I was shaking like a leaf.
Miss Conrad, Kaylee doesn't look so good.
Miss Conrad came over. She looked pretty nervous herself.
Kaylee, you look terrible. Are you going to be able to perform?
Of course
Because if you're sick, I can always put Heidi on.
I'm ready to go, Miss Conrad!
Just then, I spotted Patrick warming up down the hall. I just need a minute. I raced down the hall towards him. He was stretching, shaking out his hands, jumping up and down. Patrick! His expression was so strange. Was he nervous too? I'm so nervous. Do you think we could practice?
Kaylee, I'm kind of busy.
What if we?
I really just need some space here. Kaylee.
Yesterday you said we were a team. That doesn't feel like a team to me.
I can't do this right now. Could you leave me alone?
Fighting back tears, I ran down the hall and found a corner backstage. I couldn't let anyone see me so upset, especially not Ms. Conrad or Heidi. What was I gonna do? Suddenly, Addison stepped out of the shadows. He looked so handsome in his costume.
Kaylee, are you okay?
I threw my arms around him. He caught me and squeezed tight. I'm so nervous. I overheard one of the other teams say I sounded bad. Ms. Conrad is ready to replace me with Heidi. Patrick isn't any help, and there's amazing industry people out there. And ugh!
You sounded amazing in rehearsal. Those other teams were just jealous. Forget about Patrick and Heidi. Remember why you love to sing? What was it your grandma always said?
Sing from your heart.
Exactly. Just do that.
I took a few deep breaths, and Addison was right. Will you just run the last part of the number with me?
Of course.
And there, in our little corner of the theater, we stepped, we twirled, we kicked in time together. Addison took my hand, spun me around, and dipped me low. I felt his arm slip. He was dropping me, but right before I was sure I'd hit the ground, he caught me with a twinkle in his eye. I swatted his arm. You tricked me.
I'd never drop you. And even if I did, I'll always be here to catch you.
Thank you, Addison. Then he smiled at me so genuinely, and my heart fell into my stomach. What was that?
Places, please. Students' places. Kaylee, are you ready?
Yes, Ms. Conrad. As we all rushed to take our spots to start our number, Addison shot me a wink.
Knock 'em dead, superstar.
You too. As soon as the lights came up on stage, I felt a little thrill of excitement. We danced, we sang, we twirled. Everyone had brought their A game. When it came time for my duet with Patrick, we totally nailed it. But any spark that had been there was gone. As the opening chords of my solo began, the lights shined down on me, and I opened my mouth, and the music poured from my heart. I knew my grandma was right there with me. I hit my final note and held it out forever as everyone finished their steps behind me. As we struck our final pose, the crowd erupted into applause. A standing ovation! I beamed. We totally nailed it. That night, after all the points had been tallied, all the teams gathered on stage behind the judges. Addison reached for my hand and I squeezed back. Thanks for the pep talk. I could have never done it without you.
Of course you could have. I'm just here to remind you.
You're always there for me. He leaned in close, and I felt a flutter in my stomach as he whispered in my ear.
And I always will be, if you let me.
I turned to look directly in his eyes.
Kaylee, I have to tell you.
Just then, the announcer started announcing the winners. Second place, runner-up. Our whole team clasped hands and took a deep breath together.
And the grand prize for this year's National Show Choir competition goes to...
As they said our name, the crowd roared. It was so loud I could hardly think. Confetti rained down on us as Ms. Conrad stepped forward to accept our trophy. I threw my arms around Addison, and he picked me up, swinging me in a circle. We did it! We did it! As we packed up our things in the dressing room and said goodbye to the new friends we'd made at the competition, one of the judges knocked on our dressing room door. He was an exec for a record label back in LA.
I was so impressed with you. Your vocals were so clear and you've got some real presence up there. Give me a call if you think you'd be interested in recording a single.
He handed me his card, and I shook his hand, totally awestruck. Maybe dreams really do come true. I felt so relieved. Not only had I not let everyone down, but I'd made myself proud. On the beach, Addison sat down next to me, running a hand through his hair. When he saw me watching, he grinned, and the butterflies were back.
I'm totally beat, aren't you?
Definitely. I got you something.
Oh yeah?
I pulled out a bag of gummy worms and your favorite.
You're the best, Kay.
He ripped open the bag and dug in. Hey, Addison, what was it you were gonna tell me earlier?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I have something I want to tell you.
Yeah?
I like you.
Really?
Really?
I like you too. I have for a while now.
Really?
Really.
He took my hand and, I know, my cheeks turned pink.
I got something for you too.
Ooh, okay. I love presents. And then he put his hand on my cheek, leaned in close, and kissed me. It was the perfect end to a perfect day.